I like to be unique. I like to be different. I think the unique is very rare to find nowadays, and something you want to be inspiration for other people to think outside of the box. I don't like to repeat stuff. I don't like to, to follow the people. I prefer to lead than to follow.
Trump loves being seen as one of a kind, but who knew that same ego trip would push him to the edge? The carefully crafted image of the perfect Trump dynasty came crashing down the moment Carville took aim. For all his bravado on stage, Trump treats his marriage like a no-fly zone, untouchable, sacred, off-limits. But then came that comment from Carville, just a single spark, and boom, it all ignited. Trump can bark orders across the globe, but the second someone drags Melania
is Donald John Trump stinks. In other words, he smells like shit. There's any number of people who have reported this to us, and of course everybody heard him fart in the courtroom, and we have extrapolated from that a belief that the reason he stinks so much is he farts and shits in his pants or whatever.
But Carville didn't just throw a punch, he dug in deep. He didn't just point out Trump's flaws, he dragged the entire skeleton closet into the spotlight. And suddenly, the grand illusion Trump worked so hard to build became the punchline of a joke. It's uncomfortable to watch, especially when the man who thrives on perfection is reduced to nothing more than a target for mockery. But Carville wasn't playing around, he was using humor as a weapon to tear down Trump's polished image. And that stink? Yeah, it's there for everyone to see.
Produce a world-class documentary for $2 million. I know it. Where you couldn't spend $40 million on a documentary if you tried 10 times harder to do it. So where's the money going? Well, we know where the money is going. And to Bezos, who's worth, I don't know, $400 billion or something, this is all chump change.
Isn't just some amateur in the world of political satire. He's the heavyweight champion. If there were an Olympic event for mixing humor and politics, he'd take the gold every time. But this time, Carville didn't just crack jokes, he went after Trump's financial flaws and his obsessive need to project the perfect family image. He called out the financial mismanagement in Trump's moves, leaving the former president questioning if he's really running his empire as well as he'd like to believe. Carville's not just poking fun, he's exposing.
We've demonstrated beyond any shadow of a doubt that we've had engineers weigh in. A man is incapable.
Carville isn't just skilled at stirring the pot. He's a true master at turning up the heat. This time, he didn't just take a shot at Trump, he brought in scientific theory to break him down. Carville pointed out that not only is Trump giving off a bad vibe, but he also doesn't even know how to look after himself. With one sharp comment, Carville shattered the image Trump so carefully crafted.
Did to me with Stormy Daniels. Do you know what you've done to me with all your vulgar talk? Do you know what you've done to me the way you pay no attention to a child? Do you have any idea of what I think about you? And then
Melania speaks out with her sharp words. Trump can't keep his cool anymore. This isn't the first time he's felt discomfort from his wife, and it definitely won't be the last. But this time, the tension has hit a boiling point. Melania didn't just allude to the Stormy Daniels affair. She took aim at Trump's vulgarity and his disregard for their family. And when Melania shares her thoughts, it's a direct strike at Trump's fragile ego. The real question now is, how will Trump handle it when things get even worse within his own family? His anger is like a political comedy show. Just let Carville speak, and it becomes a laughingstock. But beneath the laughter lies a man with a bloated ego, and no matter how
in which case there is and was definitely a plan. I think he's had a plan all along, David, and I think we're seeing it play out.
This was his strategy all along.
This was the plan all along.
Was that his plan all along? It certainly looks like it.
This is the plan that he was pursuing all along.
I mean, you're watching the art of the deal in real time here.
Well, if that was the plan, congratulations, because in 1 week the plan lost $6 trillion and every country in the world hates us.
Welcome to a completely new realm, the MAGAverse. No, not the universe you're thinking of, but a place where anything goes and Trump's economic decisions seem to be shaped by a magic crystal ball. If you think Trump actually has a solid plan for the economy, then you clearly haven't caught. On to his art of the deal. Here's how it goes. 1 week passes, and his wild plan racks up a staggering $6 trillion in losses, turning the world against us. Thanks, Trump.
Who is putting the world on notice. The phones have been ringing off the hook, wanting to talk to this administration, this president and his trade team to try to strike a deal. And it's because the world knows that they need the United States of America. They need our markets, they need our consumer. The president has a lot of leverage on his side because he has the best economy and the best country in the world that he leads, and he knows that. And it's about dang time we finally have a president who uses that economic leverage to benefit America.
We've got Karoline Leavitt, the newest member of Team Trump, claiming that countries are rushing to call the president because they need America. Sure, it sounds like the world's missing some kind of hero. But hold on, do these countries really need Trump? Or are they just trying to avoid getting caught in the trade roulette he's spinning? If Trump is the one everyone's dialing, then it looks like we've all been sucked into a never-ending game. Meanwhile, these countries are probably scrambling.
8 hours, the tariffs he put on China have gone from 20% to 104% to now he says at least 145%. He's just calling out numbers like he's working a bingo hopper or something. There's no.
Welcome to the new age, where trade policies are dictated by a bingo machine. Trump keeps changing tariffs like he's spinning a wheel of fortune without caring about the real numbers. From 20% to 104%, and then up to 145%, it's less of a plan and more of a gamble. This ambitious strategy isn't just hype. It's an experiment in how not to run an economy. These numbers don't seem like well-thought-out decisions.
Because I have. They don't get charged on foreign companies, they get charged on the importers.
And ultimately, when we have fair and balanced trade, which the American people have not seen in decades, as I said at the beginning, revenues will stay here, wages will go up, and our country will be made wealthy again. And I think it's insulting that you're trying to test my knowledge of.
Now Trump's lecturing us on tariffs, claiming they're going to save the U.S. economy. But here's the thing. When he says importers will pay the tariffs, not foreign companies, it's like telling you that you can have pizza without cheese. Tariffs are supposed to be the magic fix to make the economy thrive, but the numbers he's showing us don't match the reality.
I'll tell you what he's focused on. Shower heads.
You wash your hands, and in my case, I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair. I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till it gets wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it comes out drip, drip, drip. I believe that's how Stormy just.
Let's not forget, Trump's ongoing shower dilemma seems like whenever things get too intense, he runs straight to his bathroom. Trump isn't just a political hero, folks. He's the self-proclaimed champion of hair care. But seriously, it's hard not to chuckle when he talks about shower pressure like it's some national crisis. Then, of course, we have Stormy Daniels' talk about the twist no one saw coming in this political comedy we're all part of. Between the absurd figures and never-ending speeches, it starts to feel like we're just pawns in a play, with the director clearly enjoying the show.
I think we're seeing it play out.
This was his strategy all along.
This was the plan all along.
Was that his plan all along? It certainly looks like it.
This is the plan that he was pursuing all along.
I mean, you're watching the art of the deal in real time here.
Well, if that was the plan, congratulations, because in 1 week the plan lost $6 trillion and every country in the world.
Office who is putting the world on notice. The phones have been ringing off the hook, wanting to talk to this administration, this president and his trade team to try to strike a deal. And it's because the world knows that they need the United States of America. They need our markets. They need our consumer. The president has a lot of leverage on his side because he has the best economy and the best country in the world that he leads, and he knows that. And it's about dang time we finally have a president who uses that economic leverage